Today I'm going to talk about triangles. Triangles are polygons with three sides. Remember, polygons are closed shapes with straight lines. Triangles can be classified either by their angles or, remember these are the angles, or by their sides. So we're going to look at all of that today. This first triangle is called a right triangle. Take a guess as to why it might be called that. Did you say because it has a right angle here down in the corner? Remember that the way mathematicians show right angles is by putting that symbol in the corner. So when you see a triangle that has a right angle, or when you measure it with your protractor and it has a 90-degree angle, you know that it is a right triangle. This triangle is called an acute triangle. If you look at this angle right here, it is an acute angle. Can you remember why we call something an acute angle? Press pause and tell me why. Did you remember that it was an angle that is less than 90 degrees? An acute angle, or an acute triangle in this case, is less than a 90-degree angle. If we just looked at a right triangle and an acute triangle, do you have a guess as to what the last triangle might be? What do you think that might be? Think about the angles we've already studied. We're looking at this angle right here. This angle is greater than 90 degrees. It is greater than 90-degree angle. What do you think we might call that triangle? Just like with an angle, his name is obtuse. The next triangle I want to talk about is how we can name triangles by their sides, not their angles, but by their sides. I'm going to tell you that his name is Equilateral Triangle. Again, we're talking about the sides. It's Equilateral Triangle. I'd like you to hit pause right now and draw what you think an equilateral triangle might look like, and then I'm going to draw one for you. What did you draw? Well, an equilateral triangle has three equal sides. Equilateral. And mathematicians show you that they're equilateral, even if maybe they don't look like it when they were drawn, by putting those three lines to show you that all three of these are equal to each other. The next type of triangle is called isosceles. And an isosceles has two S's near each other. I'm going to use that as my clue and tell you that an isosceles triangle has two sides that are equal. An isosceles triangle has two sides that are equal. And again, mathematicians would show you that they're equal in case they don't look like it by putting those lines. If we learn that an equilateral triangle has three equal sides and an isosceles triangle has two equal sides, I'm going to tell you the last one is called a scalene triangle. And I'd like you to guess what it is that makes a scalene triangle different from an isosceles and an equilateral. Would you go ahead and draw what you think a scalene triangle might look like? Think about what an equilateral triangle has and what an isosceles triangle has. Press pause and draw what you think. Did yours look something like this? It doesn't have to. But a scalene triangle has no equal sides. On this final slide, I'm going to draw 6 triangles. I'd like you to name them by either their sides or their angles. These will all be named by their sides, and these will all be named by their angles. I'm going to draw all 6 of these. I'd like you to copy the triangles and write the names of them. Please make sure that you put all 6 of them on one side of your piece of paper, and that way you can turn it in and I'll be able to tell what you thought the answers were. Make sure, if you need to, that you go back and look at the rest of the slides to be able to name these 6 triangles. Remember, for the top row, you're naming them by their sides, and for the bottom row, you're naming them for the angle that I'm pointing at. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.